Hello, my name is Melissa Holden, and I was just thinking, I was listening to my daughter speak, and you know how your mind just goes with things. Well, I was thinking about her best friend's mother making a comment about how she taught junior high children. And I was like, oh, and she says she liked it. And she hated, she says they're so much easier than other ages. And it was funny because when I was teaching preschool age children, early childhood, early and elementary, whatever, they'd always say they're so much easier than other ages, and so that got me thinking. I was like, personally, I like to teach. The reason why I like to teach elementary age children is because they're so humble. They don't know anything, so if you teach them, they don't know it. It's like you're teaching them to write. They're going to use that for the rest of their life. They don't know anything. And I love to be the one that teaches them something that they absolutely did not know. Whereas junior high children are like, they know it all already. Anyway, so that was my backstory. That's what I was thinking about. And I wanted to make a quick note of it. I was thinking how that's so much like mortality in our lives. You know, there's lots of scriptures that say to be learned is good, and I've always thought that to be learned is good if they hearken to yada 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 yada. Anyway, the whole point is that it's got a caveat. It's got, try not to use big words. It's got a little but, nevertheless, and it says it's good, but if you don't do this, it isn't. And I find that a lot of times that the people who, it's like, I feel like I'm so stupid. I must be so stupid because I believe things on faith, and other people will be like, oh, how could you believe that? We have evidence of that. Well, I've never been one to follow evidence, even though supposedly it's much more reliable. It changes so often, and it changes all the time, whereas faith, it stays pretty constant. Fairly constant. I mean, exactly constant. Anyway, and so I was thinking that's why I like little kids. I was thinking that's what happens. There's so many of my friends that I thought I was exactly in line with them, and they were great friends, and I was really sad to see them veer off in a different path and make different choices, but that's because their choices were based on things that they thought. And there are things that I used to be strong in what I thought, but now it's like I'm still going to try to stay humble enough to accept. My mother always taught me, and this is a very important thing to remember when you're going through this kind of struggle. Just because you can't think of the reason doesn't mean that it's not there. There were things that, okay, this other thought is coming in, so I'll preface it in front of the camera. I don't know where it's going to lead me, but this is a thought that I'm going to address. At one time, hang on, somebody is waiting to talk to me. Okay, I got down to the bottom of that. I don't even remember what I was saying. I apologize. My memory is so bad. Anyway, the reason why I like to teach people who are humble, I thought that could be related to the fact that people are more teachable when they're humble because they don't know it all. And when they get to teenage years, almost everyone can understand that. They know everything. It's harder to teach them. And I'm making a comment. And that's the same with maybe spiritually, is how you would say it. When we become teenagers, we think we know it all. And so we don't hearken to the things that we're taught. Spiritually, we can do it all ourselves. We know a little bit, and we know something. makes us think we're smarter than we are. Kind of like teenagers. Now we can see with teenagers. Maybe if we could step back and see that a little. Anyway, that's my thought. I need to go because people are waiting to eat. Bye. Oh, I still don't have a catchphrase.